Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Magic the Gathering Arena with me, Dark Mazda, for Dark Mazda Series Gaming. In this episode we are going to be taking a look at another meta deck from the untapped.gg meta listings guide, and this episode we are going to look at Mono Red Burn. So the Mono Red Burn is all about getting the aggro onto the field and also burning with spells and effects which take the opponent's hero down to 0. So we're going to take a look through the cards now. We're going to discuss them and see what they do. A lot of them speak for themselves, and then we're going to have some matchups, and to end we will be looking at some statistics from the matches that we played. So let's get going. Let's have a look at the cards. First off, we've got End the Festivities. End the Festivities deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. A lot of value for this 1 drop there. Kumano faces Carcassonne. Stage 1, Kumano faces Carcassonne deals 1 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control. Stage 2, when you cast your next creature spell this turn, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And Stage 3, it transforms and becomes the Etching of Kumano, which has haste, and if a creature dealt damage this turn by a source you controlled would die, we exile it instead. We've got the Monastery Swiftspear, which has got haste and prowess. Prowess meaning whenever we cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn. The Phoenix Chick is making an appearance again. It's got flying and haste, and it can't block, but whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may pay 2 mountains. If you do, return Phoenix Chick from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking with a +1/+1 counter on it. We've got Play with Fire. It deals 2 damage to any target. If a player is dealt damage this way, we scry 1. Volderan Epicure. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Create a blood token. We've also got Lightning Strikes. Lightning Strike deals 3 damage to any target. We've got Reckless Impulse. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Then we have Squee returning. Squee Dubious Monarch. It's haste, and whenever it attacks, we create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. We may cast Squee from our graveyard by paying 3 in a mountain and exiling 4 other cards from our graveyard rather than paying its mana cost. And we've got Chandra Dressed to Kill Planeswalker. So for +1 we can add a mountain. Chandra Dressed to Kill deals 1 damage to up to 1 target player or planeswalker. Another +1, exile the top card of your library. If it's red, you may cast it this turn. For -7, we exile the top 5 cards of our library, and we may cast red spells from among them this turn. You'll get an emblem with, whenever you cast a red spell, this emblem deals X damage to any target, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. And we've also got Mechanized Warfare, an enchantment. If a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent, or a permanent an opponent controls deals that much damage +1 instead. And all these effects where they deal 1 damage to the player, to the opponent, that's going to alter that as well. So it'd be 2 damage each turn, etc, etc. So for Lightning Strike, would deal 4 damage, for example. We have got 17 mountains. We've got a Sokazan Crucible of Defiance. We can discard it to create 2 1/1 colourless spirit creature tokens, and they gain haste until the end of the turn. It costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature we control. And we've also got 4 Mishra's Foundry. We can tap to add a colourless mana, or for 2 mana it becomes a 2/2 assembly worker artifact creature until the end of the turn. And for 1 we can tap target attacking assembly worker gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. So that is the run through of the deck, and I'm sure you can see how it all synergizes together. It's to burn the health of our opponent quickly and in the least amount of time, while gaining a bit of an advantage through creature cards and pumping them up a little bit in order to do extra damage on our attack phase. So let's go and find some matchups and see how well the deck performs, and then we will continue and look at the stats for those battles at the end of the video. Okay, so let's keep this, see how it works out. I think we start with the Voldrin Epicure. We will go for the Swift Spear this time. And I think we discard one of the Reckless Impulses. We've already got 2 in our hand. We want something different. Mechanized Warfare is good for our next turn. We've got to keep an eye out for Wandering Emperor on turn 4. On the opponent's turn 4, should I say. Okay, let's give the Mechanized Warfare a go. No attacks this time. Right, should we put another Mechanized Warfare out and double down on it? Could be good. No point us doing Squee. Yeah, let's get another one of these down. If it works, it works. Right, they negated that one. That's okay, that's fine. I'm waiting for the Wandering Emperor coming down. Yeah, we'll just no block that one. We'll take the damage. Right, let's get Squee out there. Okay, so he's made that disappear. It's done 2 damage because of the Mechanized Warfare. We are going to get the other Mechanized Warfare out this turn as well.
I got someone on the inside.
We'll get both of them out next turn, so that'll be handy. Let's just leave the Epicure a second. Right, we can get rid of Kaito next turn as well with End the Festivities. It's totally fine. Each opponent and each creature, so the creatures are going to die as well. So that's handy as well.
Now this is a juicy
Right, we did want them to spend up, so that was okay. Let's get Mishra's Foundry out. Go for this now.
The fun just started.
Yeah, let's try for Squee as well. So 4 out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get them back anyway, so we'll get Squee back. We're going to do quite a lot of damage with this attack. So he's going to need to defend. Oh, that's Raffine dead. I think we can win here. Let's attack with everything and see what happens. I think that's game. And there we have it. That mechanized warfare was the star card of the last match, so we're going to keep that. What else should we do? I think this is a good hand to start with. Start with the Phoenix Chick. So we've got another mechanized warfare, so that's going to be handy to us. So let's do this and play with fire as well. We take it off the... yes, we do need that, so we'll leave that. Okay, so mechanized warfare. Okay, it's fine. As long as we get the mechanized warfare on. That's doing 2 damage there. Yep. We'll leave end the festivities for now, because we can take advantage of that when they've got creatures on the board. Let's go for mechanized warfare again. Have they got to make disappear? No, they haven't, so this Phoenix Chick's going to take 3 damage now. Unless they can deal with it. So that's going to take 5 damage. So we can take 8 damage potentially next turn. But we can actually win, to be fair. So let's see if we can win. So let's end the festivities. That should take 3 damage. Yeah. We'll attack for another 3. Wandering Emperors come. So what we can do in that case is yep. You get your 2 life back by exiling it. Next turn, depending on what card we get, we can actually win. So, right, let's try and dig. All we need is a fire spell. Right, countered that. Okay, fair enough. They're holding on.
Gods, to me.
And the festivities would be nice. Well, let's go for this then. He doesn't realise that that's going to kill it.
I have got new moves to teach you.
We can get Mishra's Foundry out and attack with that. And he'll probably not defend because he doesn't realise that it's going to do more damage than it is. At least I think it does. See what happens. I'm sure it says only a red source, but a red or artifact source. So it's an artifact. So we'll say good game. And then I think he's wondering, how did that happen? But obviously, because of the mechanised warfare. I think we start with the Epicure. Going to have to start with this though. Right, what do we want to start with? Yeah, we'll go for this. Well, the Phoenix Chick can't block, so it's pointless holding it back. Right, so they got a Gix. Right, so we're going to pay 1 life and we're going to draw a card, so we'll let them. Well, that was a bit of a silly move on that part there. Oh, I thought it meant the opponent gets to pay life, not my bad. So let's go for the mountain. Let's get rid of the gates. Let's go for another Phoenix chip. Right, so we've got a Shelly to deal with. Yeah, let's draw. Okay, so Shelly's attacking. What's the ward cost? Pay life equal. Alright. So that's no good. What can we do? Let's attack with everything and see what happens. If we defend the Monastery Swift Spear, we can up its attack a little bit. It is an instant, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, for one, target attack and assembly worker gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. So we can put that on there. Oh, okay. So they thought that I would do that, so they played me at my own game there. Not to worry. This looks like a good starting hand. We'll get the Kumino out first. Then we'll jump the Volder and Epicure up one if we don't get anything better in the meantime. We don't have any non-basic lands, so that's okay. Yeah, we'll just attack. Take as much damage off as we can. Right, so it's just oh, so 4 1/1 counters. Right, okay. Or 2. Is he attacking? No, he's not. Right, let's see what happens here. We're gonna, whatever it defends. And put him on the back burner. Right, so we've got mechanized warfare coming. No attacks this turn. But everything's technically got a +1/+1 counter on it. So that's going to get... right, okay. No, well, has that got vigilance? Yeah, it's got vigilance. Should we let something get through? If they all attack this turn, we happy. 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Alright. We can defend with all this. 2, 4, 6, 7. Can destroy all of ours though, which is a shame. Let's just defend with the weakest. Now, should we gamble on the fact that they're not going to defend? I think we should leave it for now and do it next turn. I'm just curious to see what he's going to do. Just attack him with the 1. So let's pass. No blocks, just let the damage through. Oh, another one of those.
Candle's gonna set your world on fire.
One, two, three. 3 damage.
You're lucky this is a warning shot.
We'll just say good game, because I think he's going to win. Three, 6. Said good game. There's no way we're winning this one.
Come on, Chandra. I know you can do better.
Right, so this is going to be a good turn. So we'll cast our mountain. We will play with fire on the Kyrian base caller. So we don't want the counters coming up on that. Let's deal another damage on them there. Let's hit them for everything we've got here. Down to 10. So that's a pretty decent turn. Mechanized warfare next turn. Hopefully get a red mana as well, so we can play the Volder and Epicure, get the most for our... You're not going to realise how much damage we're doing here. Yeah, we'll do this for a defender. We'll get this as well for a couple of damage. No attacks. Get rid of the mountain. Phoenix Chick will do. Let's go for it. Let's try for lethal. Yep, whatever. Doesn't do anything. And we win. Okay, we're getting a few mechanised warfares here. We'll just end the turn. We're going to go into lightning strike and then just hopefully deal with anything that comes our way. Especially that one. Okay, so we're going to go for mechanised warfare this turn, and then we're going to go for end the festivities on the turn after. Oh, please don't have a lightning bolt. That's good. No lightning bolt there. Right. Let's go for this guy first. End the festivities. Now he's top decking. It's a sorcery. No, we'll end the turn. We just hope he doesn't get a lightning bolt at the top. Yeah, he's got his mechanised warfare ready. We've got another one for ours. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can do 10 damage to him. We'll end the turn. We'll do it on the next turn. Oh, it can do 2 damage to us. Oh no. Good game. We were just behind. I think it's because we went second, not sure. We maybe should have kept back the creature in the last match for defense, knowing that it was a similar deck of like ours. Yeah, why not? We'll end the festivities. Or start the festivities, as they say. Gonna stack that. Could do it with another end of festivities. That would be nice. Well, let's leave it back for defense. They'll not know that. They'll probably forget that it can deal 3 damage, so we might be able to get away with taking something out. Right, hang on a second. So, if we cast Kumino next turn, that will get the prowess up to 2. Then a lightning strike, it's 3, so we can do another 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10 damage. 11, 12, 13. Yeah, Snow blocks it for a second. We'll try this one. I know it's probably the wrong thing to do. Oh, we did get one. I guess we've got to try. Give up, we haven't won this one. The Delver deck. Ugh. Some Fading Hope on it. Yeah, thought as much. Right. See what happens here then. Okay, so first things first. 1 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control. Or we can go straight for this guy here. And attack him for all of this. Oh, he gives up. There we go. That's a victory for Team Mono Redburn. Okay, so Kumino faces Kakazan. We're also going to play with fire. Yes, we want the mountain next turn. Yeah, thought that might be the case. Here comes the Wandering Emperor. You can see it a mile off. Yep, how did we know? It was obvious. But it's alright. You just get 2 health back. Makes no odds. Now that it's there, we know it's there. They must have another one if they've done that. We'll play this one. We'll play this. Probably gets countered. No, it doesn't. Let's get rid of Mishra's Foundry. See what we draw. Play with fire. And get Squee back next turn. Okay, we can't get Squee back next turn. And now it goes downhill. That would always goes downhill. Oh, come on. That has got to be the worst flood I've ever seen in my life. We'll get another land next turn, we're just giving up. Well, now we've got all the spells that you need in order to counter-attack us. Or is it going to be Wandering Emperor, so we'll just leave it. Yeah. Just let them gather the cards. Hopefully we can gather enough burn spells. I mean, look at that. When you want land, you can never get them. Yep. There we go.
Tragedy, even observers.
So guys, this is the current win rate for the mono red burn deck. I've not really had a good run with it. I didn't find it to be anything exceptional. For some reason it is third listed in the meta table for the untapped.gg rankings, and I'm not entirely sure why, because we've not really had much success with it. We won 38% of our matches. I could only muster 8 matches from it. To be fair, I was just not having fun playing it. It was decent the first couple of matches, but I don't know, we just matched up against things that don't kind of flow off us. We can't really deal with quite a lot of things unless a certain set of variables comes into effect. I mean, we've won 50% of our matches against Azorius, 0 against Mono White, 0 against Mono Black. We did win one match against Esper. Against Mono Red, it was a fact that I think we could have survived if we kept our creature back from the last attack. But we did go second on that one as well, so that could have played a factor. Mono Green just couldn't keep up with the power levels of their creatures. And is this Jund? No? I can't even remember what this one is. Sure it's Jund. And we didn't do any good against that either. Yeah. So, I suggest you keep hold of your wildcards and don't craft this deck unless you just want to have a little bit of fun and you want to have a base for a mono red burn deck. So there we have it, guys. That was the mono red burn deck, and yeah, although we did have fun a little bit playing with it, it's not exactly a competitive deck, I don't think. I'm not sure why it's ranked number 3 in the untapped.gg listings at the moment. Maybe it's just had a lucky run. They've been put against the right opponents, or maybe the metagame's changed just as I've put this deck together from the listing, and people have thought, mono red's doing really good, what can we do to counteract it? And then they found the answers, and then everybody seems to be running things that mono red burn can't deal with. If certain sets of variables are put together, you can deal with most threats, like especially if you get quite a few mechanized warfares out and then hit them with a few end the festivities, because it pumps up the damage from it and it ends up being a good sweeper. But like I say, you've got to have these in play. A lot of the time things like this get countered, or they get attacked with a braid, things like, you know, just things like that really, and you don't really get chance to, you know, get your stuff together in order to deal with these threats. So yeah, if you have got wildcards, my suggestion is keep hold of your wildcards and wait for something else that comes along. I expect the meta to be changing within the next week or so, because there still are a lot of artifact cards that are tailored towards certain decks that I'm only starting to now see appear when I'm facing off against opponents. So maybe the list will change in the coming week, and as it does, any new decks that pop into the listings I will have a go at, and I'll have a go and see how they perform. But at the moment, I will not be using mono red burn in order to increase my ranking at the moment. I'm going to be sticking to the Azorius Soldiers deck and maybe the Selesnya Enchantments deck, even though that one hasn't really changed much since the last set. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and until next time guys, that's it from me, and I will see you on the flip side.